Look around you, different things born out of truth and passion. Business software, it's our craft, our identity. Thoughtfully engineered, passionately designed to help you transform your business. Zoho, made in India, made for the world.
Balaji, MD and CEO at PTC Financial. Now, just to give viewers a perspective, directors have quit. Directors on the board have quit largely due to governance woes, is what they have cited. 3 directors have quit. This is PTC India Financial, please. And they've quit citing governance issues. We have Mr. R. Balaji with us to give us a perspective on that. Mr. Balaji, let me leave it open to you. What is it that you have to say? We of course read the exchange filing that you suggested, that you weren't sure as to what this was, and of course audits will be conducted, but give us a perspective on what the issues were basis your conversations with these directors. What could the possible concerns be?
Okay. Good morning all.
Morning.
First of all, I would like to thank the 3 directors for the service they put to the company. They came in November 22 and they have contributed a lot towards the company coming out of the earlier troubles. And if you look into it, thanks to their stewardship and more importantly, the efforts of each and every one of the employees at PTC Financial Services, or PFS as we call it, the company has successfully overcome these challenges. In the last 12 months, all the qualifications are being removed. We have strengthened a lot of internal controls, processes, all the etc. And this even the directors have acknowledged. Now, coming specifically to your question, I would categorically state there are no issues, and more importantly, to the best of my knowledge, I'm not aware because none of these things were discussed with me either personally or at the board level.
Balaji, most or at least 2 out of the 3 directors in their resignation letter have cited that they're functioning as an independent director and in an impartial manner was a little difficult. What issues are they relating to?
I'm as perplexed as you are, because let me put it this way. There were meetings till end of August, early September also. All the board meetings happened in a harmonious manner, even the committee meetings. In fact, we are one of the most independent boards in the country. And therefore, all the decisions were discussed. And we also, in fact, we met more frequently to ensure that the company gets onto the right track. So as far as this is concerned, possibly they referred to an atmosphere. That's something we have not discussed with me or at the board level. So we'll have a conversation with them. And
So
find out.
Mr. Balaji, they've also cited that over the last few months, a number of incidents have occurred which have made it difficult for them to operate in an impartial manner. Would you have any understanding of what those likely incidents were?
See, I do not want to get into the realm of conjectures.
Okay.
As I said, right, I'm not aware. It was not aware. It was not discussed. That's the entire thing I would like to state.
Mr. Balaji, how critical were these 3 independent directors in the hiring of the new managing director? Because what they've cited is that, while or rather in their attempt to address the issues at PTC, they also recruited a new MD, also filled up post lying vacant for many years at the board level as well as at the company level. How critical were these 3 independent directors in that sense?
See, the 3 independent directors were member of the NRC, and obviously they selected me last year and I came, and then a couple of other board level positions which was vacant, because one of the things where there was complete alignment was that in other sectors, organizations are called as companies. In financial services, we are called institutions because you operate across generations and it's important to build credibility and trust. one key facet was to move the organization away from one where people are capable towards building institutional capability. So two things that was there, etc. We got couple of other directors on board that the independent directors played a very key role. Secondly, they concurred with my plan to broad base the management. So today, entire world is becoming digital, information systems and security is becoming important. Therefore, to have a more qualified, better head of IT or CIO, plus we are transforming the organization, pivoting towards one focusing on more granular lending, getting a separate business head. So the latter are the management did it, and obviously I could obviously only do this only post their approval, and that's why they also contributed. And as far as building up the board level positions, they took an active role. In fact, at least one of the decisions was taken prior to me joining itself, and the other director was onboarded a few months after I joined.
Last time you interacted with either Seema Bahuguna, Naveen Bhushan Gupta or PV Bharathi?
Sorry, I'm in touch with them now. At the end of the day, let's put it this way. They have raised certain issues which I'm not aware of. It will be this. And it's important to keep channels of communication and dialogue open.
What are you doing next? What should we expect in terms of next steps here? You're owned by PTC India, which is a 65% shareholder, but the balance 35 are DIs as well as retail. So what is your message to them, and what are the next steps for them?
The first thing is we should become less boring, more boring, sorry. So we should move away from the system of this. So one of the things they have been focusing on 4 pillars of transformation. And that's what we have done in the last 15 months or so. One is put better systems and processes in place so that things do not recur. That's one. 2, build institutional capability. 3, more importantly, broad base the employee talent so that the organization is not dependent on any single or few individuals. And finally, more importantly, build a more granular book so that it can withstand shocks across economic cycles. Now, coming again specifically to the question, if you look into it, we have spoken to the rating agencies, we have spoken to the other key stakeholders. And one of the things, if you have noticed, while PTC is having 65% stake, while the 35% is distributed, over the last few quarters, the holding across mutual funds and PMSs, non-retail holding has actually increased. And that's because they are believing in our transformation plan. And more importantly, it shows that they're accepting what PFS is doing, and they believe it's a great opportunity. We have been in dialogue with them. The most important thing for us going forward is to ensure that we not just meet, but exceed the expectations of all the stakeholders, whether it be the regulators or the financial institutions, lenders or equity investors, the employees, and finally the other investors.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming in and speaking with us this morning.
Just one thing I would like to state.
Sure.
If you look into it, right, it's unfortunate the 3 independent directors have resigned.
Okay.
But we have 4 independent directors on the board, and one of them is still continuing. That's something which I think you should reflect on it. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Okay. Well, certainly a tough time for the company. Thank you so much for coming and speaking with us at this hour. And, a Bandhan large and mid-cap fund, I was just pulling out the shareholding, holds around 3.7%.